Hello, I'm Lynda, City Manager of Rowlett, and with me today is Lieutenant Leroy Brantley, Commander of the Traffic Division. Rowlett Road is going to be closed at the railroad crossing for DART construction. And it will be an opportunity in the sense that we're going to have to figure out different ways to move north and south on Rowlett Road. So Lieutenant Brantley and I wanted to visit with you today to tell you about this particular project and some things that we could suggest to you that might make this process a little easier. Leroy, let's talk about this just a moment. If I live in the southwest part of the community, and Rowlett Road is a main thoroughfare for how I come and go in and out of the city, and I typically leave in the mornings going northbound on Rowlett Road. What would be an alternate route?
The alternate route from that portion of town would be north on Rowlett Road to Miller Road and turn left, go west on Miller Road to Centerville, and then turn right on Centerville and head north either up to 66 to go into Garland or on up to Firewheel Parkway towards Plano, Richardson area on the 190. That combination of roads will most accommodate that much volume of traffic if that's what their commute is.
If I'm coming from the north, say up around the Castle area, right as I enter into town, there is an alternate route if I'm progressing south into the community in the afternoon, returning home. Talk to me a little bit about what my options are there.
You have an optional route there if you're coming south in the city, especially if you're heading like a lot of commuters do, and they head into Rockwall using State Highway 66. Or they're passing through to Dow Rock to get onto 30. Their alternate route would be to make a left-hand turn on the Castle, go over to Merritt Road, which is a four-way stop. It is a right-hand turn there, go south on Merritt Road until they come to the southbound service road of 190, which is again a right-hand turn and a stop sign, which will minimize their time at traffic signals till they get down to 66. And if they're going into Rockwall, once they reach 66, they can make a left-hand turn and they're within 100 yards of being completely out of the construction once they make that left-hand turn on the 66. If they're going traversing on to the southeast portion of the city or on over to Dow Rock to get out to I-30, they can cross over 66 on the southbound frontage road and go down to Miller and make a left. If they're going through to Garland on the southbound side, the construction company there has arranged for us to have a free right-hand turn at the southbound service road at Miller, so the people could come down southbound service road, have a free right turn basically on Miller, which opens up into 2 lanes, would take them back to Rowlett Road, and they could traverse south off of Rowlett Road through there.
For those folks that have business in the downtown area, let's talk just a moment about what their options are. So if I want to access City Hall, the library, or Big Star, how would I do that during this construction?
If you're coming from the southern portions of the city, Rowlett Road from Miller up to Main Street is going to remain open for local traffic and residential traffic only up there, and they can come up to Main Street like they normally would and make their right-hand turn to get downtown into City Hall, the planning, or any of the businesses down in there in church on Sunday, and then they can retrace their route same way out. We'll have 1 lane open northbound and 1 lane open southbound up to Main Street for all the local residents and the businesses that are within that area right around the construction closure.
So it's important to re-emphasize that Rowlett Road north of Miller Road will be open for local traffic only. So if you live in that area or you patron a local business in that area, you will be able to access that just the same as you do. If you're coming west from 66, you'll be able to also take Main Street from 66 and come under the Dart rail trestle there and come into downtown that same way. So Leroy, let's talk about if I want to go to the post office, or I want to go to the dance studio, or Aldi's, or Rowlett Office Supply, and I'm coming from the north across 66, moving south on Rowlett Road. What will I be given an option there?
If your residence is on the west side of Rowlett, I would come down Rowlett Road to past 66 and enter south. If I'm coming from the far west side, from the Dexham area, I would go 66 down to Rowlett Road. Again, north of the construction closure is going to be open one lane, both directions, north and south, for people to get into the businesses, and there's not many residences in here, it's mostly business. That would be the access from the north side. If you're coming from the south side, that's when you would need to come up Rowlett Road to Main Street and utilize Main Street to 66 and make that right-hand turn and go back to Rowlett Road.
Okay. All right. So there are alternate routes if you are what I'm going to call pass-through traffic. You use Rowlett Road to go from one end of Rowlett to the other. We're going to suggest that you take alternate routes of, if you're coming from the south, you would go to Miller, go Miller west to Centerville, and go north either to 66 or back to Rowlett Road at that point. If you are coming south from the north, an alternate route is to take Centerville, just like we just discussed, or to turn left and go north on Castle to Merritt, take a right, and then access the southbound service road of PGBT. For those of you that do business in Rowlett and patron our local businesses, allowances have been made for you to do that. Rowlett Road north of Miller and Rowlett Road south of 66 on both sides of the railroad will be open to local traffic, so please think about your particular route.
Yes.
And I think the thing that we want to leave with the public is that even with all of the planning that has occurred, situations will pop up that we couldn't plan for, but there will be additional police personnel, and Lieutenant Brantley and his team will make allowances as things come up, and we'll do the very best we can to assist you in this very difficult time. So in summary, please drive courteous. Please be patient. Please merge when you get signage. And folks, think about your routes before June 21st. I'm going to ask you to think about a different way to go while you're driving that, and leave early. If it takes you 5 minutes, I can assure you during this road construction it'll take you a lot longer than 5 minutes, even with the best of planning. So again, we appreciate your patience. We appreciate the level of inconvenience, and we hope that you have found this information informative. You're always welcome to go to www.rowlett.com for additional information. And let me stress that there will be a lot of construction signage that will walk you through these routes and notify you of construction issues. So please tune in, read the signage. They will be changing as we move through this construction. So on behalf of Lieutenant Brantley, I'm Lynda, and thank you for your time.